Hello to everybody. We are here at the AWSI 2024. My name is Maxi. I'm working for the R&D department for Flysurfer. I'm responsible for the wings, and I will show you a little bit about the stuff we are offering. So this is our TAO. It's our, I would say, greatest package to have all-in-one freeride wing. It's really great for wave riding as well, for bigger or just having fun in small waves or whatever. This wing is made to have a lot of power and having a really big wind range with a lot of drift. And it's coming from this form itself. So what we did on the TAO is to have the main form a little bit more to the front. So the center of lift of this kite is pretty much in between your hands. So when you're riding it, you can stretch both arms and you will not get tired that early because the pressure point is exactly in between your arms. So it doesn't matter if you depower or power up, it's keeping more or less on the same sweet spot. So this is so nice for me because I can just go upwind like this and it's not making me tired at all. And the center of power is more to the front. So when you're standing on your foil, and the power delivery is in front of your foil, the whole system wants to accelerate way more than when the center of pressure point of the wing is more to the back, then it's more draggy. But when it's in the front, it's really accelerating. So with this wing, you will start really quick on the water to go up, like in super low end. But on the other hand, we have a really great sail tension, which is super important when you depower the wing. There is not much flapping going on, so you can go easily in the tack and go around, because when you have too much flapping, all the flapping causes a lot of drag, so it pulls you back the wing and then it's really hard to get through the tack. I work quite a lot on the wingtip shape, so we have a little bit flex in the wingtip shape, which makes the whole system really stable and balanced. So when it's really gusty and super strong wind, the angle of attack of the wingtip can flex a little bit. So it makes the whole system way more quiet. It's not like shaky all the time. You can just concentrate yourself going upwind or downwind or doing tricks without having this shaky feeling all the time. The wing is really nice balance, so when you go in wave riding, it's auto-stabilizing itself because of the V-shape and the angle of attack of the tips. So it's just staying in neutral position, doesn't matter how hard you do your turns. So Nathan did the competition at Cape Varian. It was really nice to see how stable everything was flying. So it's just pure fun to go into the waves with the wing. And also the whole weight is more to the front. At the front handle, there's almost no weight at the backside. So I also decided to go for a shorter back handle to reduce a little bit weight. Because when you want to have a really nice flagged out wing, you need to make sure that the weight is not in the backside of the wing, it's only on the front side. So the wing is drifting as good as possible, even when you do really hard turns. I really like to have a longer front handle to be able more to do your maneuvers in different kind of styles, what you prefer. On the back handle, it's for me only for powering up. I wanted to save as much weight. That's the reason why we have this different kind of sizing here. What else?
We could even look at maybe the valves, and that front handle is a nice size, like handle 0 there. It's nice and easy to get your hand in, which is quite nice as well.
Yeah, it's stiff enough to turn the wing if it's needed. It's really well protected with a neoprene patch, so you don't hurt yourself. We're offering the wing with a SUP valve, as you may know it from some other brands. It's a really easy to use push-push system. So you press the red button, the air will go out. You press it again and it's closed again. So super simple, and it's just working really nice. We are offering the wing with 2 valves. The reason is that you are able to set the strut with a different PSI pressure because you can play a little bit with the chamber of the wing, and you can play with what you really like in different kind of conditions. So let's say it's really strong you could deflate the leading edge a little bit to have it a little bit softer and more flexy on the tips. So it will keep the wing a little bit more quiet than having it pumped really strong and stiff, because then you hit every gust in your hands. So it's depending on the size. We have different PSI pressures on the valves written down. So we tested each size and tried to figure out which pressure is fitting the best to the wings. The different sizings are coming with different constructions as well. So we have these different aspect ratios according to the different sizes. And we have also different diameter as according to the size, so different percentage of diameters. So I tried to reduce the weight as much as possible on the big size. And I tried to increase the diameter a little bit on the small size to have it stiff enough. So everything is like be developed to be as balanced as possible and to have the best performance and weight ratio at the end.
Could we talk a little bit about maybe your choice of materials and your patterning of how you cut up the different patterns to create the desired result that you want?
Yeah, so we wanted to offer a really nice product with a really good price in the same time. So for us it was important for the freeride sector that we do not go the lunar game for this time, because we think it makes no sense when you don't go into a performance line to offer just wings for super high-end price. So we went for the standard Dacron where we know really well. At the places where I need some extra stiffness, like in the center, I doubled the pattern. So it's really important that the center part of the wing is really stiff, because when you start pumping, you don't want to have the whole wing bending like a bird's flags, because then you lose all the energy. So when you pump the TAO, it's a really, really solid wing. So the whole leading edge is almost no deforming. And this is why it makes the TAO so good in light wind as well. So yeah, basically the leading edge is with Dacron as well as strut. And on the canopy we're offering a D2 fabric. So I did a lot of testing with different materials. We have a really nice device where we can measure the strength over the stretching, and you can see that if you have more, let's say rip stops, it's just making the fabric more heavy. But on the technical side, for stretching and the strength, it's not really helping. So we decided to go for the best weight to stretch ratio, which is, in my opinion, for a good valid price, still the D2 fabric. So this is basically the combo we've chosen to have a really good price and performance ratio at the end.
Okay, and we're excited to see what you have releasing for this coming season?
Yes.
Okay.
So here we see basically kind of our next generation of the TAO version, which will be offering it with a long boom. So with this kind of construction, I managed to get a little bit extra stiffness to the wing. So I doubled the layers at this part and at this part, which makes the whole system really stiff at the areas where it's needed. So especially on the back, I tried to avoid any bend so that you get all the performance out of the wing, especially when you want to go into big air. I also doubled the layers in the first 3 front sections, so it's really, really stiff, even more stiff than maybe some Anula with a single layer. And you really can feel like when Nathan is doing the bigger stuff, he's just flying, he's not dropping down. Like on some other wings, it's just like keeping in the air and it's floating, which I really like. But we still kept the flexi kind of tip style that is still quiet when you are riding in gusty conditions. So I would say this one is more for going big and having a really strong performance wing. With a really playful feel, especially with the long boom, so you can do basically everything.
Okay. And obviously you're working on a pair wing, but we can't talk about it.
It's a good question. So everyone is asking us, especially because of our single skin experience. So we are still basically in ideas mode, so we are not sure if you're really going for it. but it seems to be it's quite interesting. So let's see what the future brings.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for taking the time, presenting to us. And how long are you guys here for? When are you heading back?
Unfortunately, we're leaving on Sunday,
Okay.
but we are having a great day on Monday, Tuesday on the water as well. In the morning, we went up at 6, having a great morning session. So I really enjoyed the place, and I'm for sure coming back.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys.
Welcome.